We all know about light. It is the reason we grow and why we flourish. Without it, we wither. We emit light. You can see it in your eyes. You can see it in people's smiles. You feel it coming out of their bodies. That's how we understand it. Light is in us. It's an energy that we feel in our bodies. It's not something we process in our minds. It's not a cerebral or academic discipline. It's a way of feeling. Light is given freely. It's given freely and equally to all.
Most of the time before I perform, in my head I'm like, why do I do this? I don't like it, I'm scared. Why are you doing this? You could be at home, you know, eating pizza, you know, like. I'm pretty sure I was snuggled up with my dog Wallace, who I'm really obsessed with. And I think I might have received an Instagram message and also a LinkedIn message from Lauren, who works with Bruce. And immediately I was like, wow, like what is this? Like a really unique project that this is exactly something that I would put my heart and soul into. It really did seem like making the impossible possible.
What the star has done really beautifully is really opened up a space that just depicts art. By its very nature, the Star Grand Foyer project is one of bright, blingy attention. You've got all this shimmer, all this glamour.
We knew we had an opportunity to do something super dynamic, that it had a life that could just keep on evolving, and those were sort of some of the principles of the early stages of the brief, where we realised, well, we have this amazing space, what do you do with that volume of space?
If somebody had said to me that this is what we're going to do, and I had nothing to do with the project, I said, you'd be crazy. I think this project has put Star on the map, without a doubt, as a world-class arrival experience. Bruce has been an integral part to Grand Foyer, and he brought a completely different element to the project that we've never had at Star before.
I'm a Canadian. I was born on the west coast of Canada, where the mountains hit the sea. I've always loved music, and I started to see music as I started to see music and not just hear it. And I thought, well, that's cool. I'd like to be a part of how others see music. I started working in the music business. And did that for 28 years. A lot of time on the road and learning my craft, learning about light and dark in all ways. So that first phone call, I could feel there was a time pressure from Dougal, and so he needed a response. He needed to feel supported in a rapid response to what he was asking. So that was the first thing. Move with it. Move. Must go immediately.
We'll kind of have an idea, a main idea from our design meeting where we're kind of looking to explore. From that, we'll kind of start identifying a range of different concepts.
I could see the center of it. I could feel the center of the experience.
So we ended up basically with this U-shaped 8K screen.
So I want to be able to expand this image, this screen, the movement of this, to include the entire space. So it becomes an immersive experience. After we created that curve, that was the thing that settled the design, and we then moved on to, well, what will it do?
Technically, it's a screen, but artistically, it's just a new, unorthodox canvas. The first thing we did was to establish how we wanted to approach the space and how we felt about the space. And to do that, we decided, how do we feel about Sydney? What does Sydney express? And to us, it was that feeling that when you're walking down a street, you can instantly turn a corner and suddenly the entire harbour opens itself up to you. And there's these moments where you're just walking along in ambience and suddenly there's just this outburst of beauty. And in Sydney, it's just unapologetically beautiful.
So many people go through the space, like there hasn't been any reason to stop in the space. To suddenly put something, quite renowned in the middle of that journey, I mean, it's hard for someone to avoid it if they wanted to. It's really big. The entire space, in any direction you look in this space, we're doing something in their eye line. So I guess the opportunity is to add something to that journey, something for the better.
We proposed the concept of having a curated program, of having artists exhibit their works on this space and having students exhibit their works on this space. The Start were really all for it, and all for making sure that what their space was one for the voice of the community and Sydney's artists.
If you let yourself relax within your own body, there's such a beauty in movement, especially slow movement.
Vicky's got a lot of big ideas that she wanted to express.
With very little technical ability.
Yeah, so I sort of brought my technical ability, so that's when our work started to come together.
It's been an amazing opportunity to show at the Star, which is an iconic place in Sydney. I loved the curved screen. Is going to be like getting a cuddle.
I didn't imagine us doing something so big and so beautiful.
It's something I'm really proud to show.
When my piece comes on, people kind of stop and be confused by it and wonder what they're looking at. I actually think it's actually a skill to not be influenced by people. For me, it's always about creating something that people have never seen before. Kind of like a little kid that never stopped being a kid. I just kept making art. It's definitely one of my crazy paintings.
but you get to see this process of it being constructed from start to finish, which is something I've never been able to display before. The core theme of the work is man versus nature. You know, how man kind of alters landscape for their own purpose, but eventually nature just takes it all back. Hopefully it's like nothing they've seen before, so they just immerse themselves in it and enjoy it. Yeah.
I arranged a lecture with Bruce to come in and to talk to the students, and the students were just blown away by that. To tell the students, people are going to see this work at the start, and this is your major assignment. It's something I think they were really excited about doing.
You can make an abstract storyline from this. It doesn't have to be literal.
The public that saw the students' work all were like standing in front of it wanting to get selfies, and so that was pretty cool because already I knew their work had been a success.
We needed to express the sort of height, to express the height of the space, and in some way bring that soaring kind of scale to the ground.
This water feature is one of only a handful in the world. You just don't get to do things like this every day. You know, everyone stands there, mouth agape, wide open, starry-eyed, and pardon the pun, and just, you know, blown away.
We built this aquagraphic system for the Grand Foyer. It's a unique system we used in several places, like in Las Vegas for the show of Celine Dion. And now it's a unique feature we have here in Sydney for the star. We have solenoid valves which are individually controlled, and we can make every pattern we want and let it fall from the 10-meter height ceiling.
If you're walking by, it's like, what? Now there's water pouring out of the ceiling? It's beautiful, beautiful. You feel the wind, you feel the mist, you feel it on your face, and you can see some of it around. It's like, what? And so it really gave us a beautiful sort of organic feel to the place.
Here we have so many outputs. We have the high-resolution digital canvas, we have the architecturals, we have the water, we have projection, and then we have the show elements, the lights, the laser, and there's audio as well. So there's all of these components, visual and oral, that we're able to output to. And then, of course, the question is how? How do you wrangle all of those? The idea of the control system is to make sure that all of those things are coordinated.
An interactive artwork is rendering a simulation that's been created of particles and things that are occurring in the moment, responding to the environment. So work that responds in some way to something else.
This is a live feed from a camera that's directly above the screen. We're trying to use computer vision so the computer can actually see someone. It's harder than you think for a computer to be able to see someone because it doesn't know what a person looks like, it doesn't know what anything looks like.
This sits on the very threshold of possibility.
We always talked about this as the Grand Foyer being like a theater. The history of theater is ancient, thousands and thousands of years. And the idea is you may experience, however small, a personal opportunity for transformation, a personal opportunity for growth. So the opportunity presents in an entirely different way of thinking about a space. It is non-racial, it is non-political, it is non-religious, and it's even non-commercial. So that includes everyone. There is no discernible agenda other than a quality of light and experience that anyone can go. It's free. Just go. It's free. You're not charged to walk in that door and experience that light.
I remember when they were filming me, when I first got to ride the winch, they were all like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? But I had been practicing for like 4 months every day. I think if you saw what I did outside of the performance, you'd be like, ah, yeah, she's okay. Just the thought of being able to do something unique, like that's higher calibre than anything that has been seen in Sydney before, and also that opportunity to use the skills that I've been training for such a long time. Like the Star posted like a 10-second clip of the really fast bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it doesn't feel like it looks that cool when I'm doing it. Because like I'm inside and I can, like there's rain everywhere and it's like splashing on me and I'm like just trying to keep a straight face.
We've spent so many months with a vision in our head, but seeing it in person just goes, yes, yes, this is what I hoped the content would express.
You know, we dream big, and when we're creating these works, we always have in our imagination a vision of how it can be seen, and this is probably the first time we've been able to see that fully realised.
It's really exciting to be able to present something that I think is really new in terms of medium and new in terms of my work, and I don't know, I think it's cool. It looks really amazing. The screen is really amazing.
It's been incredible to be around lots of different people who are in arts, really. They're all creative. It's been really nice. I'm going to be really sad when everyone leaves.
The team on this project, and especially Bruce leading them, it is unique in all the world. And that's not an exaggeration.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity that Star have given us. I value very much the relationships I've developed here, and that's a powerful, lasting legacy. So I feel, you know what I feel? I feel very light. I feel lighthearted. That's what I feel.